stuff is available to you. You don't just have to sit in a movie theater and be distracted by CGI. You can actually step into the most essential battle the world has ever seen, where we could win everything or lose everything, potentially forever. Why would you want to pass that up? I could understand if, I was showing up here with, one arm and one ear and half an eyebrow and no teeth. Like, man, that's a rough fight, man. But it's typing, it's talking. And yes, you say, oh, well, there could be negative consequences to it. Yeah, okay, there could be negative consequences to it. You might lose your job. Do you know what happens under communism? You're going to lose your job anyway. Oh, people might not like you, or you might lose friendships, or your sister-in-law might think you're a bad guy. You know what happens when communists take over? You get put in a freaking gulag, my friend. That's what happens. If you're concerned about your relationships, you want to keep the communists far away from the seat of political power, because by God, man, when they get a hold of that political power, the disapproval of your sister-in-law will be the least of your damn worries. Trying to stay alive in a rat-infested torture pit known as a gulag will be something that will get your attention just a little bit more. And I don't know how to shock people into recognizing that that is the inevitable destination if we don't act. So yeah, I get it. Disapproval is uncomfortable. Risk is uncomfortable. I get it. Nobody wants to jump out of the plane. But you understand the plane is heading to the mountain in a fiery... Well, actually, that's not even a great analogy, because that's a quick death. They will round you up. They will throw you in a gulag. They will torture you. They will destroy your life. We've got more than a century of absolutely unequivocal, crystal clear evidence of that. Killing fields, the dungeons and torture chambers of Cuba. You've got North Korea, an absolute psychotic torture pit and the largest open-air human torture chamber in the world. You've got tens of millions of people being slaughtered in China. You've got people being opened up like Barbies with cherry bombs to harvest their organs live ahead of time by appointment only for people who are looking for human organs. This is not a fantasy. This is not made up. This is all empirically verified. We have 100 years worth of data on what happens when these psychos gain control. And when you get dragged out of your bed in the middle of the night and taken off to some godforsaken torture chamber where you will be caged with rats on your head, Winston Smith style, until you sign a paper claiming that you were a counter-revolutionary who committed crimes against the state before they put a bullet in you and bury you in the backyard, you'd be sitting there saying, well, I guess I should have really confronted the negative feelings I had about my sister-in-law's disapproval just a little sooner. That is what happens. That is what is going to happen if we don't act. People who came along said, maybe we should have some property rights. Maybe we should be allowed to trade freely. Maybe we should have free speech. Maybe citizens should be allowed to own guns or weapons, because governments are historically, they grow like cancers and usually with the same effect.